Hi, in this new lesson, we are going to actually look at how to create your own design in Canva, either using a template or even creating from scratch. So for that matter, we are going to look at how to change the various fonts, style, and the sizes, how to make use of the shapes and all the other design elements that I talked about. And we've already looked at how to upload your own image, then how to download your work after you are done and in which format to download it. Then we will also learn how to create mockups from your designs. Okay, so this is where we left off and we want to start something new. So let's assume we want to create an Instagram design. Let me delete this, a post for Instagram. Okay, so we are starting from scratch, but we can decide to choose one template and work on the template. So for now, I think I like this template. Let's use that one. Okay, now it has loaded, so we can change the content. This is an image that you can change. So as you can see, I double clicked on it to get the actual image. So the image is bigger than the frame that is there, and it has been fit into the frame. So if you want to move it, you have to double click it so that you get the actual image and you move it. So if I now click out, double click it, you see what has happened. So in that same vein, I can bring my own image into this design. I'm going to delete it by hitting delete on my keyboard. So I've deleted it. This is a frame. So now let me take the opportunity to introduce you to frames. When you go to the elements, search for frame. So basically, a frame is just the element that will allow you to bring an image to replace that shape. So these are shapes, various shapes, but you replace the shape with an image. So basically, this, let me delete it and show you. As you can see, it's like any of these, but with this size. Okay, so if I want, I can go to my uploads, then bring the image that I have here and put it in this frame. So now you can see it has adjusted itself to pick the frame. When you double click it, then you see the actual image, the full length of it. So I'm dragging it down to get what I'm looking for. Then I double click it again to get this back. All right, another thing too is that we can decrease the opacity or decrease how bright it is, or let's say if some sort of blurring, we can do all those things, different effects, so that our text can be seen. You realize before, so I'm doing undo, so Control Z, you realize that here we could easily see the text here, but when I brought my, you couldn't see the text. So we have to work on my picture in order for us to be able to see the text. Okay, so this picture, these are effects that we can apply. You can choose basically most of these, like for instance, we could have removed the background, but this is a pro effect. All right, so as you can see the crown on it, it means that it's pro. So until you have the pro version, you can't use that. All right, so you can actually connect any of these things and use them as effects. For now, we won't use them. Let's use a filter. So for the filters, you can click on selfie and it will pick. You can click on any of them and the design will automatically pick. So we can click on this to turn it to a black and white design. And as you can see, these are very nice ones that you can use. I think I like this particular one. And still our text is not very visible, but you, the designer, you have to use your own sense of design to add some effect to make it visible. So I can as well change the color of this text. So if I want to change the color of a text, what I have to do is I make sure I've selected the text. So for instance, where the cursor is, I click and drag it to select like you do in any other software, or you can click within it and click Ctrl A to select everything. Then here, text color over here with the A symbol on there with the colors below, that's the text color. So you click on it to choose the color that you want. So now you can change it to the color you want. If you've changed it to red, you can equally change it to any color you want. And if you don't like any of these colors, the default colors that are here, you can use this one. So you can click on this and choose any of the colors that you want. So as I scroll down, you can see the differences. Okay, so you choose one that will suit your work. All right, over here to the photo color. So with the photo that we uploaded, this is what we refer to as a color palette. The color palette has been generated for the photo that we uploaded. That's like sample colors that are within that photo has been generated so that you can use it for your design. So let's change this one to suit the color palette of the photo. So I'll change it to this color. I'll change this one to this color. So just by clicking on it, and this is already selected. If this is not there, then you have to click on the color, then click on the particular color you want to use. Okay, so over here too, I want to change it to that same color. Good. Then the white is not really visible. I want to make it, it's white but it's not visible. Okay. All right, so maybe we should change the color. We'll look at that. So now my interest is in getting this text to be visible. The next thing you can do is you can put maybe a background below this text to make it more visible. So go to elements, then let's cancel the frame. Let's look for the shapes. Okay, the shapes, you want a rectangle, so you choose a rectangle or a square, then you can resize it into a rectangle. Okay, so let's do this. Okay, now let's change the color to black since we want it to be black. Once you have gotten what you want, we can send this to the back of the text. Just right click it and send to back or send backward. When you choose send to back, it will send it to the back of everything. But when you choose send backward, it will send it one item at a time, like to the back of the one that is on top. Okay, so now let's just do send backward, and I sent it behind this. Let me undo it and do send to back, and you see what I meant. Send to back, we can't see it because now I have sent it behind the image, so that is the last layer that we can see. So over here the images are laid like this. So the first one is here, the next one is in front, the subsequent one is also in front, like that. So when you want to go, when you choose the send back or send backwards, then it sends to the one just immediately behind it. But if you say send to back, then it sends it to the very last one. Okay, so now let's undo that to get it back, then send backward. Okay, and let's change our text to white instead. So now you see that you can see the text in here. And let me change the content. So if you want to change it, just select it and you can start writing in it. Mission cap. Okay, you cannot succeed in a digital world without the relevant digital skills. All right, so this is one thing that I believe in so much, and that's important for all of us. We need to master some sort of data skills, and that's why you are taking this course. I'm happy for you that indeed you are going to succeed. Okay, so let's change the name. My name is Dr. Ehonia Obed. Okay, then let me change this digital, or let me say content. I'm a content creator. Okay, so basically this is what we can do, but you can see we can't do much about this. When you move it, they all move together. What is happening here is that they have been grouped, so it's just different elements or text element that has been grouped together. So we can right click on it and go to ungroup. or when you click on this item that has been grouped, you can go up here, and as you can see at the top right we have ungroup, so you can ungroup it. Now that you've ungrouped it, as you can see, we can separate any of them as we want. Let's check this one too. Okay, so all right, let me put it this way. This would be here and this will be here. Okay, so I can equally use my arrow keys to go up or down. Then we can decrease the opacity of this black one. It's too black for my liking. So if you want to decrease the opacity, click on the element that you want to work on. Then as you can see, this is transparency. So we are decreasing, by decreasing opacity, it means we are decreasing the transparency. So as you can see now, if we go to 0, it's nothing is there. Then you come up, so choose the one that you think makes the content over there visible enough but does not distract your design. If you go this far, I think it distracts your design, but this is okay. So you can work with this. Then change the color here because it's not very visible. Maybe I want to go this way. Okay, I think I like it this way. All right, then this color too is not showing up, or I want to give it a black color. No, I don't think the black color is the best. Let's go with white. So this is actually what you go through when you are designing. You go through a lot of, you contemplate on things and you make sure that finally you decide on what to make it best. So the ideal thing, as I said in this beginning stage, is for you to use a template. You know, as now we are using a template, it's easier to work around. So instead of the news, let me change this. So it could be, this could be a logo that you upload. So let me delete this and upload a logo to that side. Okay, delete. All right, so let's upload. All right, so the SP logo that I designed this morning, let's upload that. Okay, so this is it. Once this is full, you know it has uploaded. Okay, click on it, and no, I don't want it to take. So shrink it down, then no. Sometimes the flexibility is not there, so you have to try and play around it. Okay, all right, so I have a logo there. I think we have a nice design. Since we brought in a green color, I would prefer we change this one to green. So basically I'm just walking you through. You see the image I've uploaded, we have the color palette here. So I'm just walking you through the kind of things you should be thinking about as a designer when you are designing. So now I want to change portion, this red portion. Uh, let's change. So make sure you select only the red one. That's an easy way. Use the shift and the arrow key. Okay, then come here and change it to green. All right. The green is not visible. This green is not visible. So what do we do? Can choose a lighter green. Okay, all right. Yeah. Oh, I can as well change the name and everything to green. Choose a lighter green. So that's cool. Don't you like the design? All right, so now at least we've designed one from scratch or using a template, and I hope you can equally do this kind of design. Just click on download to download it. So how to get your image, that's what we are looking at right now. You hit this download and you are able to download it from here, but you can change the file format. So we have PNG, we have JPEG, we have PDF. So basically you can use a PNG. With a PNG, what it means is that the image, the size that you have is all that you are downloading. There is no extra background with it. JPEG usually comes with an extra background, and you can as well download it as a PDF to be shared in a form of a PDF. So commonly I use the PNG. That's what is already suggested for you. So depending on the strength of your internet connectivity, it may take a while or will be very fast when downloading. So now we've downloaded our Instagram feed that we have created. Let's show in folder. Then when you open this, okay, so this is the design that we have created, and I think it's a very nice design. So if you were following suit, you can equally do a similar design for yourself. Okay, so let's try another design. So even here, within here, we can as well create another one by just adding a page. So if it is the same size that you are looking for, let's say this we created for Instagram. So if you are creating a similar thing for Instagram, then you can just click add page and a new page has been added. This page came with a black background. However, you can change the color of this background. So the color is here. You can change it to any color that you want, or white, any of them. Then also let me quickly show you how to duplicate this work. Assuming you want to create with the same template or use this as a template. So this is duplicate. You just click on it and it will duplicate the work for you. And I've already showed you how to zoom in and out. So you can click on this and use the percentages to zoom into the work that you are doing. Okay. All right. Now let's try another design. So go back to the template, then let's look for a nice template that we can use. uh, I think this is nice. Let's use this. So I want 25. Okay, so to be able to change this, we can change the colors, we can change the image. You realize they've added different things. Aha, so I mentioned the grouping. So let's learn how to group our items. Since we ungrouped it, when you click this, you hold on to shift and click the other element you want to group with. Then the top here you can see group. So when you click group, it will now group your work so that you can carry them together. Or I've undone it so that I'll show you. Or you hold, as I mentioned, you hold shift, then select every one of them, then right click and go to group. Okay, so now we can use this. All right, let's come back here. Then we want to change this image. So for now, I won't upload a new image. I'd rather go here and look for an image that we want to use. Let me search for, so when you go to photos, you can search for anything you want. Let's say family. Okay, but this is pro, so we can't use it. This is free, you can use it. I think this is nice, we can use this one. All right, so let's go ahead and delete the previous one. Then we can expand this to cover it. Then realize that it's covering some parts of our design. So what we have to do is to send it to back. Send to back. Okay, so we have a nice design. We can equally change the colors by just clicking on it, and as you can see, it has been grouped together. So if you want to tackle each of them individually, then you would have to right click and go to ungroup, or you have to ungroup using this one. However, even though it has been grouped together, you can as well change each of the colors. So let's assume I want a green color. Then I'm spoiling it. It's good. It's good you play around with things so that eventually you learn the right way to do them, or you appreciate it when a mistake is done. Okay, so let's go back to the red. Okay, so this is what we have now. First of all, let's ungroup it so that we have access to the basic elements. So this is one. All right, then these are also different ones, but when I click on this, it tells you remove watermark. What it means is that these ones are pro, or you need to pay for them to use, so you can just delete the ones that you need to pay for. Each of them would be like $1, so you can remove them. Then you use the free ones. So the free ones, this for the back one, then this for the front. So let me delete this and delete this. Then we are just going to do some Christmas design. Okay. All right. So let's go to elements, then key in Christmas and see if we can get some Christmas tree or anything Christmas related. Okay. So we can use this, or you can even hang it in the picture. If it's not very visible, we can bring it here. I don't like it. But just as I'm saying, that's what we do when you are designing. Sometimes, especially when you don't have a template that you are trying to just replicate, you have to go around changing things to suit the design that you want. Okay, so let's say 26th is Boxing Day. So let's say we are doing this for the Boxing Day. And say what share with family and friends. Share with family and friends. So the color, let's choose a color from here, white, and increase the size 36. So with the font too, we can change the alignment, so we can make it left aligned, or you are not really seeing it. But let me click here. Okay, so when we change the alignment, now we have center alignment, right alignment, then this is justify, where they are all uniform. Then we have the left align. So let's use the center align for this. Then you can equally increase the size within this. Then another thing you can do is, you can see there is some small space between share with family and friends. So when you click this one, you can decrease the line height. So that space is the line height. You can decrease that space. As you can see now, it's going up and up. Okay, so we can decrease it small depending on the design that you are doing. Then also the spaces between the various letters, the individual letters, is what is named as letters here. So you can equally increase or decrease that one as well. Okay, then with the where you are positioning to, especially when you are targeting an object, especially when you have grouped it, you can equally use this to anchor it to something else, but that's not important here. Okay, I don't like the way it looks. Let me go to right aligned. Okay, or left aligned. Yeah, basically. So what I'm saying is, during design you have to go through a lot of these to see which one works best for the design that you are doing. So uh, you can equally reduce this and put this under. Then we'll say So bring this back. So you can do something like this. It's bolding, but you can remove the bold. So you can remove it by clicking on this. Then let's add another text. So just to add a text, you can click on any of these, or you can click on the letter T on your keyboard. So I'm clicking on T. Okay, T. Then 26. Increase the size. Then I would want to change the font to, I like, okay, this very black, archival black will be very big. I think I like that one, big and bold. Okay, so 26 here. Then I want to make it white. Okay, good. Then we want to write December down there, so caps December. All right, so basically what I'm trying to do here is I'm trying to show you how to use the various elements. So in doing the design, I'm trying to use any of the elements that's available here to make the design. What else can we do? We can add some other elements. So let's keep on searching. We are in the Christmas mode. Okay, yeah. So as I mentioned, you can equally decrease the opacity of this if you want to, can increase it. The positioning too, but we don't need it here. Here too, you can copy the style and paste the style of something, but we are not using it right now. All right, this gift boss. I think I like this gift boss. Let me just, or I can equally resize it and add it here. If it's not nice, take it off. A lot of other things you can add and put, yes. So this can fit in the middle here. Yeah, so basically we have two designs. Let me delete it. So to delete any of them, you can click on this delete. We have two designs now. Let's go ahead and do a third one. So just add a page. Then let's assume now we want to design from scratch. So basically here you have to get your own design concept, and this is where I talked about the fact that you need some sort of inspiration. If there is nothing for you, you can just go to Google, then you search for something, and let's say Christmas wishes. Let's say we want to do Christmas wishes design. Okay, all right, so as you can see, it's just some tests. Let's just choose one of them and use it. The test here, wishing you a very Merry Christmas. Okay, so we are trying to do a similar thing here. Basically, you go to background and look for a Christmas background if there is any Christmas. If you are not getting the one you want, then you can go to the photos. Since you can use a photo as a background, you can go to photos and search for Christmas. Then you choose. Okay, so here we have very nice ones here. This is cool. You can equally use this. Just zoom it out. Then let me add a rectangle down there. So make sure you've, because I've already written Christmas here, so it's only the Christmas related elements that are coming. When you cancel it, you can now see all the other elements. So for the shapes, I want this to work as a rectangle. Bring it down here, then resize. Okay, but let's change the color. Which color will go with this? Let's see, blue doesn't go with it. So you can try your luck with all the colors and see the one that will go with it. Or black would do. It depends on what you are going to put there actually. So let's work with this. And let's assume I'm still going to put my logo there. So I click on it and put my logo in here. Then I'll say, let's see, the text, or click on T, then type wishing you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Okay, this has gone as a straight line, but you can equally break it down. You can align it differently. All right, so let's click here to break it by clicking enter, then increase the font size to 48. Then I can reduce it further. As I've taught you already, we can reduce the size, the length. So line height, reduce line height. Okay, that's cool. Then this is small letter W. Then I don't like this font. I like the bold one for Christmas. Okay. So now we are using center align for our design. Okay. It's too bold for my liking. Let's choose, I like Lato. So there are a lot of fonts that you can make use of. Lato. Okay. So it's Lato. Good. Can equally bring in several other things. Let me type something here. Let's see. Then Smart Student Podcast. Okay. Alright. Yeah, so basically, and you can add other elements. Just enter Christmas or New Year in here and search for things. Let's say this one for instance. Okay, so now we've done 3 different designs. In subsequent lessons, we are going to take projects. So you use a particular project, then we'll work towards achieving a result, which you are going to present as part of your assessment for the certification. So basically, go ahead and try out all these ones that we've done. You can make use of any of the elements as I've taught you. Then when you are ready to design, so when you are ready to download it, just go to download. Since now we have about 3 of them, you can download them together. When you download all the 3, it will come as a zip file. But if you want only one of them, you have to click here. So where you see select pages, all pages, instead go and choose the one you want to download. So if this is what I want to download, done, then I'll download. Okay, so now let's show in folder. This is what we downloaded. Alright, so this is the work that we designed. Pretty simple. So go ahead and try your hands on various ones, then we'll meet in the next lesson and continue from here.